Hi, my name's Kai Degner. I'm the new mayor in Harrisonburg, Virginia. That's a city of 45,000 people in the middle of the Shenandoah Valley in the western part of Virginia.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing at the e-camp today?
I'm here at the e-democracy camp learning about what are all the creative and practical possibilities for using technology, social media to engage public in decision making other than who's elected. How do you actually get input on decisions the community's facing? But how do you do that within the practical constraints and just sort of the people's concerns with doing that? There's lots of questions. I mean, there's just so the people know who aren't here. There's more questions being raised here than answers, which I think is really healthy for this community to be really thoughtful about what could make these tools work and what could sink them before they're actually implemented. There's an interesting comment made that if new tools are used by governments in a way that isn't thoughtful, the idea of using online tools might actually lose its opportunity because it'll lose its credibility down the road.
What are some ways that you've engaged members of your constituency so far online?
Well, in the campaign, I had Facebook ads, a Facebook group, and I did that sort of thing. And I created a website during the campaign that said "Why Kai?" Just my first name's Kai, so it's just the question "Why Kai?" And people were talking about why should you vote for Kai? But then I was elected, and that concept wasn't applicable anymore. So I changed it to "Why'd you do that, Kai?" So now people can go to whykai.com, and my intention there is to explain my votes and ultimately my value judgments after considering different facts. So I'm learning that, and I'm learning how frequently I want to do that and all those sorts of things. So ykai.com, I have a Twitter feed now, so for whatever that's worth, I'm sharing information.
Is it your official mayor Twitter feed?
Well, it's my personal one, and I use it as mayor. I mean, interchangeable. I don't have one just for mayor.
Okay.
And then I'm exploring. I'm exploring what's possible.
You were describing some hesitation amongst people who don't want to move in the social media direction. What are their objections to this, and how can you confront that?
Well, I think it's there's a big fear of the unknown if you open up decision-making processes to be more democratic. You just don't know what's going to happen, what's going to come out of it, and there's lots of questions to answer about how do we thoughtfully have representative examples of the public's opinion. And with any type of social media tool or anything online or anything even Tuesday nights at 7 at the city council chambers, there's limits to how representative that participation can be. So how do we what's the suite of tools, from public meetings to online dialogues to teleconferences to Twitter feeds to whatever, what's the combination of things that could reach the most people, and how do you not allow whoever voice is loudest in any one of those forms of listening to take over the process? So lots of really good questions, and what I'm hoping is that we as people and citizens can not use the questions as reasons not to move forward, but see the questions as opportunities for breakthroughs to come up with something that works more effectively.
How have people responded to it? Do you get a good feedback when you solicit?
Well, this is what I was talking about in the campaign. I've been in Harrisonburg 10 years. I went there to James Madison University. I stayed involved. I started a project called the Orange Band Initiative, which was about getting people talking and listening, put together 200-300 forums. And I'm answering your question as they responded to the ideas by electing me the top vote getter out of 8 people that were running for 3 open seats. So it was citywide, one in every single precinct with the top vote. So, and then I was talking a lot about this idea in Harrisonburg that there's too many decisions being made by too few people without enough input from others, and people were intrigued by that. And I mean, so in some sense they get they agree with with that general
Mm-hmm.
idea. Now, since then, being elected, the questions now, how does this happen in real life? And in that instance, there's all the questions of the unknown require the city council and staff and me and planning commissioners, everybody, and the citizens to think about, okay, before we just unleash a new way to engage the public, how do we answer all these questions that come up when we think about how to do new ways? So here, what's great about this and communities like the National Coalition for Dialogue and Deliberation is you get to lean on a lot of people that have done a lot of this work and are wrestling with these questions every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we can partner with folks that have a lot of experience. America Speaks is probably one of the most exciting examples of that.
What's an example of something that happens in your community where you'd want to put it out for comment? I think you were talking about something in budgeting.
Well, I'm learning about the participatory budgeting. That wouldn't be my real immediate answer. We have a comprehensive plan as a community, and every 5 years, the Planning Commission is tasked to review the comprehensive plan, which has chapters in it for growth, development, where the road's going, but also parks and recreation, arts and education, really the vision for our city. So this is the year that comprehensive plan is to be reviewed. And last time there was a process there were 5 public meetings and time for input. Went to each of the elementary schools in town, try to get to different parts of the neighborhood, and less than 100 people participated. Again, we have 45,000 people. So how do you create a process this time that engages more people? And so that's one area that we're exploring right now.
Do you think you'll be able to accomplish that through new tools and social media?
I don't know what tools. I don't know if social media will definitely work. And, one of the interesting questions is, how do I, as a person who's elected, work? Those tools are available to me as any citizen to just throw up on a website and use. But, is that the right way to do it? I really would like the other city councilors and the staff and everyone else to be on board and not, I don't want to go around that process. So that's it makes for a really great conversation with the other council members, and that's what we're going to have moving forward.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Sure, thanks.